The King Hereafter. Within the cave primordial, black deeds can go unseen, for hid within earth's maw what eyes can shadows penetrate. But night is day for one like you, who has blessing from God above. I you beseech forfeit his life, so in a merry gladness we may home return at once, and quit this chase that has of late relented not. Rise up, O righteous arm of God, and do the deed ascending thou to royalty. So foul a day first cornered in to fair has turned. It must be Providence that turns the globe and guides men's hearts. Then spake another man. Of hearts these cores where men does most affect his course, where lives the will, where lives God's room. Of hearts there's none but yours so near to God's. If this great deed which predecessor lacks is in your heart, it must have first in God's been born, else you would not have conceived it thus. And then a third, my great companion, said, Why pausest thou? Why wait to raise your hand? Do thou now doubt that God's design will come? But no, I know thy shift. Thou dreadest that this act is ill. You dread to act in sin. Didst you yourself not right a pit they've dug for me, but fall into what they have dug? Now look, this cave, the pit which Saul hath carved, becomes his sepulchre, and fall into it. Cannot be ill, it must be good. If ill, why hath it given you the day's success? Fulfill the prophecy, do claim the throne. Let words now cease, but deadly acts increase. Thus whispered all my hidden men, as Saul relieved himself within the cave we hid. Not men, but silhouettes, yes, blackened shades that bore outlines of men, but inside showed no features recognizable. Their words proved pleasing to mine musicked ear, and ears hear best when sight's deprived. So I, depraved, their counsel took, and crouched through stalagmites. What have I done that my life should forfeit before the current king? If I were to reveal myself, my life he'd take at once. And eye for eye God said we'd take, so why not take before half blinded I'd return the stroke, and thereby save my sight? To stop running would thwart God's claims, which promised me the throne. Would I a liar prove the Lord by facing certain death? The act is good. If good, why when I yield to that fanfare, a horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my godly heart knock at my ribs against this use of force? I thus questioned, hath he anointed me his red right hand, to dole out vengeance thick that's solely his? Burnt offerings best no aroma than the scent raised up when justice rules the land. It would be just to kill the man who seeks to end my life. In self-defense, though blood be cold, acquitted would I stand. No court, no jurors, or high judge would me condemn for this quick act. The law is on my side. Why should I mercy grant? It is a thing for good men who've misstepped, not evil beasts intent on harm, and unrepentantly would persevere to do the deed where I now stand with sword in shadowed hand. The oil once poured alights atop my crown, the blaze of wrath or wrathless once. Is heat a blessing or a bane to spur or halt? Anointed once, I never shall not be what God has made me be, his favored one. God's promise given he'll not take back in faith. Is this the way the promise shall come true? I am anointed for the throne, a kid from Bethlehem. Alone in all the world there is but one compares to me, King Saul. Oiled favor down my head hath only known but one crown more. Though I succeed in choice, doth God unchoose what once was chose? Could I the same fate see, were sons predestined kings untimely taking thrones? Would God forget his servant, whom he called by name David? I stopped with hell before and hell behind, for I heard not the secret chord that once when sung the earth brought forth. The thundering blood tympanically hath beat the rhythm out, and pausing, willing heart to slow the bass to silence soon. Search I that secret source of psalms and songs well hid within my heart. Past flights from storms of armies like the wind, past mountain-rending wrath of murderous kings, past fiery, well-reasoned pleas for death, until the pianissimo's small voice once more was heard. I to my knees cried, Lord, have mercy on me, God, on me mercy. In you I seek shelter. In your wings' shade I shelter seek until passed by is harm. I must lie down in lions' midst, these men from Judah's tribe, whose hunger for some prey of human flesh. Their teeth are arrows sharp. With bloody swords for tongues they speak strong words. It is a trap for me, a trap I nigh fell in. My soul's bowed down that I had thought to raise a hand against your anointed one. Renewed in song, retuned to heaven's chant, my heart was steadfast then, my heart steadfast. Up to the king who unaware within my power, who could have met his final hour, self-false I'd been in reasoning thus, post hoc to paint a scarlet deed, murder, snow white. And oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instrument of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles to betray in deepest consequence. It's true, I'd rise with Saul's downfall, but rise to lowest rank. Capacitied for largest soul, wrong way I'd tyrant turn. To take for mine God's gift before its time is theft and gluttony of grace. I would not pluck the fruit of oil, obeying God's command to honor him who is the king, though I the king shall be. No, not the fruit, but leaf I took, this scrap of his tunic, to thereby prove how sure my heart's on mercy set, thus fulfilling and gaining what injustice would be mine, by mercy's gate obtain, but get divine.